Oh my gosh, peak anime is back. Surprise, guess who just watched the Demon Slayer and Akaza movie? And yes, the guy who uses a 2D character and drops anime references all the time watches anime. And man, was this movie good. Best animated movie of the year, no questions asked. Them animators at UFO table were like always on demon time. Demon Slayer might be a simple story, but the visuals alone make Demon Slayer top 5 anime for me. Well, if you watched the last season of Demon Slayer, you know that the last time we saw Tanjiro and Co, they were sucked into Muzan's Infinity Castle. Like, everybody got trapped inside. Even the penguins from the Madagascar movies. Muzan wanted the conflict to end now. Michael Muzan Jackson wasn't that much in the movie, but we got a cool tease at the end for him. In this movie, you can see the start of the battle royale between the Demon Slayers and the demons. It was so awesome. And can we talk about Infinity Castle itself? It's probably one of the top 5 locations in all of fiction. It changes constantly and is more an infinite big labyrinth than a castle. That place, since the first time we saw it in season 1, blows my mind. I can't wait to get to know more about that place's lore. There are 3 main fights in this movie. Shinobu vs Doma, Zenitsu vs his former rival turned demon, and Tanjiro and Tomioka vs Akaza. The best fight with the most surprising outcome was the last one. I did not expect them to beat Akaza, even though technically he defeated himself at the end. I'm not a manga reader, but a lot of my friends are, and they told me how awesome they find Akaza. That's why I thought he would be an endgame player during the final movie, but I guess I was wrong? Maybe everybody likes him because of his sad backstory, which was very sad. Maybe the saddest one of all of Demon Slayer thus far. So, he became a thief to be able to afford the medicine for his sick father and became an outcast because of that. But then his father activated self-unification on himself and asked Akaza in his final letter to live an honest life. That wasn't tragic enough. After finding happiness by becoming a pupil of a kind mentor karate guy and by falling in love with sad karate guy's daughter, both of them died due to local samurai poisoning them. Let's say he did not take it well. A rumor spread of a demon causing havoc. That's how Muzan found Akaza. He was like, ooh, another demon. But when he found Akaza, was like, oh, false alarm. Too bad. Anyway, gonna turn you into a demon now. Akaza actually managed to survive being decapitated, but then died anyway when his inner conflict ended with him rejecting his demon side and embracing his human side. It was so cute how his waifu from the afterlife decided to go with him to hell. Enough about the main attraction. The worst fight for me was the Shinobu vs Doma fight. Doma actually has been my favorite demon since his introduction after Muzan Michael Jackson. He just vibes, you know, but the outcome of the fight was so predictable. Like, since season 1 we knew that Shinobu is unable to cut the demon's head off, and poison was for sure not enough to cut it against an upper demon. If I can say something nice about this fight is that the location was probably the prettiest. They were fighting in Doma's beautiful palace temple. He has a cold leader thing going on. While he was a human, he got embraced like a Buddha type kid. And as a demon, he made it his purpose to bring happiness to people by making them part of him. So, immortality by becoming part of him, an immortal being. Well, that's one way to justify cannibalism. Way better was Zenitsu's fight. Remember the letter Zenitsu received last season? Turns out it was a notice about his grandpa mentor activating self-unification on himself after finding out that his other student, here him in a pretty flashback, had become a demon. That demon, not worrying to learn his name because he was a total ass, and spoilers, Zenitsu ends him during their fight, had become the new upper 6 demon, which means, if my math is right, we should meet 2 new upper 6 demons in the next 2 movies. The funny thing about Zenitsu and his now demon rival is that while Zenitsu only managed to learn the 3rd thunder form breathing technique, his rival managed to learn every thunder form technique but the 1st. That's the reason their mentor wanted to make them together the Thunder Pillar successors, which demon douchebag did not like. Probably one of the reasons he had no problems becoming a demon. Rengoku would have never. Their fight might have been the shortest, I believe, but it was still very nice. And when at the end Zenitsu finishes his rival with a new technique he invented, I was totally blown away. The second best thing about the fight was Yushiro's burn at the end. He said something like, "Sucks to die alone," while saving Zenitsu. The only bad thing about this movie was that we did not see Inosuke fight. He was mostly only present as a flashback character during the Tanjiro fight, and he got teased at the end like the American breathing demon hunter guy. But besides that, this movie is a hard recommend from me. Haven't seen a battle royale anime fight this good since the Tournament of Power and Rainbow Super, and that was like ages ago. Can't wait for the other 2 movies to come out to finish the Demon Slayer saga. Fun fact! This was initially supposed to be an anime animation channel, but that was like 4 years ago, and I don't consume primarily anime anymore. I was thinking of starting another channel just to talk about anime, but sadly, I don't think I will talk that much about anime in the future. The only other franchise that comes to mind right now that I will for sure make content for is Jujutsu Kaisen. My favorite anime, by the way, and yes, I'm hyped as fuck for season 3 next year. Calling games for the win. But the point is that anime will not be enough of a focus for me to justify creating another channel. I will still mainly focus on superhero media and movie stuff in general.